while you were talking, I had this memory of I had this dream. Um, it's like 20 years ago or more, long time ago, before kids. So yeah, and it was like, sometimes we have dreams that are coming from the part of us that's already whole. And it was like giving me a really short map and synopsis of my spiritual journey of what was going to take place in a visual format, metaphor with metaphor. So, and it goes along kind of, there's something about this that may help with your question. And that is, so first in the dream, I'm sitting in a theater, and on the stage, I'm sitting in the theater with others. And then on the stage, there's a play happening, and different people I knew were in the play, like family members. And they were totally lost in the play. They believed that they were in the play. And they kept asking me to join, and now and then I would, but I knew that it was a play, but like there was or it was fun. It was like there were costumes and all kinds of things happening. But I was, for the most part, sitting in the audience watching this play. And you know how even when you're sitting in the audience and you're watching something, you can get lost in it, like in a movie theater, and forget that you're an audience member, So the first step is, the people that are in the play waking up to the fact that they're in a play and they're playing roles. That's the first step. The second step is, if you're in the audience, that you're always aware that this is a play and that this is not real. And the third part of the dream was, I got up from being, an audience member, and I walked out of the theater. And I walked out and I saw the theater from the outside, and there was a whole world. There was a whole world that didn't include even any of that, being in a play, being lost in the play, being an audience member. There was something even bigger, wider. But it included all of it. It was all still there, but there was a larger context, a larger knowing, and that was made conscious. So, so being lost in the play, being in the play and playing these parts and bringing in a new hat or a new scene, it never changes. It never changes the play itself. You can just keep changing the play and if you don't know you're in a play, it's never going to liberate. It's never going to be really free. And that's what's happening in the world stage, whether it's Ukraine or the next news cycle, climate change is going to really come to the forefront after this, is because it's just been pushed a bit to the back. But that's the bigger thing that affects us all. But there's just ongoing human created, born out of separation play. Doesn't mean it doesn't have reality to it. I'm not like one of those people that like it doesn't exist. Not at all. But you have to put it in context and know what's happening. Who knows that? It's the one that is not lost in it, right? So you don't want to be lost in it. You see that it's forever going to be changing puppet hands. There's Putin, there's everybody, Biden, everybody. All these puppet hands, they're going to keep playing and all over the planet, changing, and everybody's going to be invested in it as if it's the only reality. And it isn't. All those reactions and causes and everything is being born out of separation. That's why it's not going anywhere. That's why nothing is being really fundamentally changed. We're ignoring the fact that the earth is a sentient being and that animals and other creatures have rights. And we just like completely lost ourselves there. Completely. So you have to step out of it and go, this is going to forever be the Maya. That's what they meant by Maya. You know, it's Maya. Not to say it doesn't exist or disparage it or it's less than the absolute, is, you know, Maya is. No, that's the Maya that won't ever be changed because it comes from false dreaming. Of course, real people suffer and real life suffers. That's not false. So that's where the empathy comes in, is that there are real people who are suffering. Real life is suffering as a result of this dreaming. But nothing is going to be changed from within the dream, not from within the play. Me joining the play and with my family members and pretending I thought this all was that's all there was, isn't the solution. Even being an audience member isn't quite fully it. You know, that's a step. That's a huge, important step. Or, you know, being playing a role and knowing you're playing a role. And then the other step is knowing you're an audience watching all this. And then the further step is I'm going to walk out of this whole belief that that's all, that these are the choices, that this is the human condition and dilemma, including awakening out of it. And go, life is so much more creative than even any of this. I wonder what else can happen. So that's what I recommend, is just remembering that this is a play that people are lost in.